Welcome, 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 everyone. It is Thursday night, so you know what time it is. It is Kandid Konversations. Tonight, my guest is a chef out of the south side of Chicago. She will show you how to make healthy and delicious meals and healthy meals and make them flavorful and delicious as well. So, because a lot of people think healthy foods are disgusting, they are not. Trust me. This is a show you don't want to miss. And she's also going to show you how she turned her illness and her pain into passion and profit. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please give it up for my guest, Chef Crystal Wilburn. Chef Crystal Wilburn.
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing really good.
That's good. Good. Great. How you feeling?
It's a really good day. It's a really good day. I'm good. No complaints.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Because if we complain, nobody's really gonna care.
Man, don't nobody care.
They don't. Even though they say they do, some people just asking how you doing just to be nosy.
They want to know your business so they can tell your business.
Right. Or they just asking how you doing as a, that's what we do. That's what I'm supposed to say.
That's
but if you go into, but if somebody really go into how you're doing sometimes, yeah.
They be like, you know what? I am so sorry. In their head that they wish they never asked you a question. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So today we are talking again to Chef Crystal, and Crystal, you cook for other people, correct? You have personal clients. Okay, good. And you show them how to make healthy meals, or you do the healthy cooking for them?
I usually do their healthy cooking. Sometimes they'll come and say, "Do this. How do I fix this?" So I'll help them if need be. A lot of times people may say, "I want 5 dinners." And they don't have no clue as to what they want. I just have to figure out if they're allergic to something, what they do or don't eat, and then I come up with 5 meals for them.
Okay. Now, has cooking always been something that you've done? Did you grow up cooking?
No, I mean, I've always liked cooking, but I fell in love with cooking, so it's a difference. I think when you like something, you could or couldn't do it. You can live without it, but loving it, it means, if you don't feel well, you'll still do it. If I'm tired, if I'm hurting, I'll still cook. If somebody called me and say, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm going to do it because I love to do it. I'm tired, but at least it was something worth doing, to make me tired.
Right. So it grew into a passion. So exactly what happened that you got into this?
So I'm trying to make this as quick. December of 2015, I ended up in the emergency room with excruciating pains. They admitted me saying that my colon was inflamed. Then they started saying I was doing better. This was on a Tuesday. So Friday, they was like, "You're doing good." They put me on a liquid diet. They was talking about sending me home. And literally out of nowhere, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't function. I was so out of it that I couldn't even sign my name. Next day, I had an emergency surgery. And they said, "You have 2 choices. You can have surgery or become septic and die." And after that, and after I got well, I had a different diet I had to make. I had to do something different. And that's where this started, because I had to cook more foods that I never had, vegetables and things. I can't find it. And I had to cook, a whole different plan of food than I was used to. And you can't really get healthy food in restaurants a lot of times.
No. So the doctor gave you an actual plan, or he just gave you a list of foods to switch?
They just said I had to start eating clean. They never gave me a menu. They never told me what to do or not to do. I just had to look it up myself.
Okay.
I just looked it up, and if it looked good, I cooked it.
So, no, because since you mentioned eating clean, let me ask you this: exactly what is eating clean? Because you hear a lot of people say that, and they'll just say it and throw it out there, but they never tell you exactly what clean eating is, as
Clean
opposed to
eating, clean eating is food that's like fresh vegetables, greens and potatoes and just different vegetables. You're eating lean cuts of meat, not meat with a whole lot of extra fat and things on it. You're trying to make sure that what you're eating, especially with vegetables, is something that came out of the ground. Because
okay.
9 times out of 10, if it's processed, it's not clean. It may have clean products in it, but if it's in a bag, it's not clean.
Okay. It's well, I see. Lady Shepherd just asked, "What is clean eating?" It's the same question I'd asked.
Yeah.
So in the vegetables, but in clean eating, is there a certain way you have to cook it in order for it to be considered clean? Like,
Yeah,
cause you
you have
can't
to be
just
careful of a lot of butters, a lot of those fattening oils. I used to use grapeseed oil because it had a high content as far as cooking vegetables or foods without it burning. But I found out that it wasn't as healthy to do that. So I usually cook with olive oil. And recently I just bought some ghee, so we're gonna see how that goes.
okay. Okay. So now, do you use what's oil not to use?
I would say grapeseed oil. And I can't remember all of the things that's with it, but it's less healthier for
Okay.
you than maybe an olive oil. Some people use coconut oil.
Okay. Now I ask because I've used when I was living in LA, I would use avocado oil.
I didn't use it because it made me sick originally.
Okay.
That's why I never used it, because I heard that was a very good oil to use.
Okay. And that now when well, clean eating, so you can't fry anything and it be clean eating, right?
You have to be very careful. What I do is I'll bake it, because you got flour and oils, whatever nutrients you thought you was getting. I think if you fry it, it's gone. Frying is not a healthy way to eat your food.
No, but it tastes good.
It does, but an air fryer can cook you some chicken, and you won't know that it's not fried.
I'll agree with you on that. I will agree with you on that. It takes out. Well, I've had air fried chicken. It's good, but it's nothing like.
We're just gonna talk about the air fryer.
Okay, the air fryer. We go fine. Air fryer. The air fryer. It is healthier, so go with that, people.
And
Now
you actually can make it crunchy. If the person is a textural person, it can make
okay.
it crunchy. Just season it.
Okay, now with that being said, make it crunchy because according to different resources that I've seen, read, it says that the skin is what makes the chicken unhealthy. When you fry it and then it's the skin. So if I do that in the air fryer, the crunchy skin, is it healthy or is it? Should I
Probably
remove the
not,
skin?
because it's still fat, but unfortunately, I don't take that off when I eat that wing out the air fryer.
I was gonna ask, should we remove the skin?
No, sir.
Okay, well,
Not to throw it in the garbage.
So what should we do with it? Because I was so now when I was heavier, you remember when I was heavier, and the doctor gave me a diet, and he was like, "What is your favorite foods?" Chicken is my absolute favorite. He said, "Well, you need to remove the skin." I thought we were gonna come to blows in that office. So, that is because I'm like, well, what's the point? And that was, he didn't understand, but I'm like, what's the point? To me, that's the best. To me, that's always been my favorite part of chicken.
Well, I agree, but see, I don't eat dark meat, so don't do that. I don't care for dark meat. If I cook it myself, I'm more likely to eat it than if somebody else does. But I eat white meat. I eat the breast and the wing. It's not really much skin on a wing, no how.
Mm-mm.
You don't have much to go.
Well, my favorite part is the thigh, but you don't like dark.
I'm all right.
See, don't do that. A good fried thigh from Church's Chicken. I know we talking about healthy eating people. I'm sorry.
I don't eat at church.
Oh,
I don't eat churches at all.
Oh, okay.
Because I couldn't make out the meat.
Well, I don't eat at churches at all either since I moved to Ohio, because in Cincinnati they don't have one.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But okay, we have a healthy eating. Okay, so
Yes.
so chicken, air fryer. Now, how do you eat beef? Because you said lean cuts of meat. Now,
I don't really eat a lot of beef.
Okay, explain the difference between lean cuts of meat and just regular cut.
So, like a pot roast is not a lean cut of meat.
Okay.
But like a filet mignon, some of those where you don't see all that extra fat in it, that white and marbled in the red. When there's a lot of fat, that's not a lean cut of meat. Because they say the fat is what makes it juicier and more flavor, but that's the issue.
Okay, because the more fat it has is that it, yeah, because I didn't know how to cook a steak until I moved to LA, and my roommate at the time, she was teaching me. She said, "Look for the marbling; it's the fat that's in there. So the more fat that it has, the more flavor."
Right.
But a steak is not a lean cut of meat then.
Well, filet mignon is.
Filet mignon.
Filet mignon, and there's another one I'm not remembering the name, where it has no fat in it. So like even if you make a filet mignon, you have to add some type of fat. Where people use like garlic butter, regular butter, they'll do something like that to add fat to it because there is no fat.
To the filet mignon?
Yeah, to cook it because there is no fat. It's all lean.
Well, yeah, you can see that. But so if I want steak, in order to be healthier, I need to pay $45 for a 4 ounce of meat.
No, you go to Mariano's and get you 3 ounces.
for 26 bucks.
They're nice size at Mariano's.
I don't
eat beef much. I don't eat beef much. I couldn't eat it a lot after I got out the hospital, but it's just never been something I eat a lot of. So if I have a taste for a steak, I've had one like about a month ago. I probably won't have another one till next year.
Okay. So now, what types of fish are healthy? Besides, I know salmon is considered healthy, but
salmon is good. I believe halibut and cod are pretty good. There's another one I'm not quite remembering. I want to say mahi, but I'm not sure. But like mahi and Don Shani, mahi and cod, they're like a little thicker, So I think they're better for you. I particularly like catfish fillets, but we know that a lot of people say that it's not good for you.
What, the catfish? No, why?
Yeah, because I think it's because they're bottom feeders or something. They're not considered to be a really healthy fish.
Okay,
but
so they're like
eat it all the time.
Right. So they're also bottom fish. They're like lobster, but even though a lot of people eat lobster and shrimp. I love shrimp. I don't like lobster, but shrimp.
I like both. Yes.
Now, Pam said dark meat is my favorite, and they used to say white meat was better for you, but that's not true. Chicken and seafood is my favorite. Mine too. I love chicken and seafood.
So I love chicken and seafood all day.
So white meat is. Do you know that to be a fact? If white meat is not better for you, because they do say that.
I don't. You know what? I don't know. I'm really not sure on which one, and I probably never paid attention because all I eat is white meat. So I probably wouldn't have even switched it if I could have, because I'm not eating a thigh or a leg.
Oh, so even before you got sick, you didn't eat dark meat.
No.
Got it. Okay. So now on the vegetables. So with the vegetables, do you boil and saute only, or are there other healthier ways that we can eat?
Sometimes they're steamed. My friend has a steamer, so she'll steam some vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's getting cooler, I could roast them. Okay. But I really love spaghetti squash, and now instead of putting it in my oven, I put it in my air fryer, and it cooks well. And you could definitely cook vegetables in there as well. And you don't really have to use anything. I don't put I just put a seasoning. I don't put any oil on my food when I put it in the air fryer.
Okay. Now you were saying, because excuse me, in the advertising, I was saying how you were going to explain how we can have healthy foods, and make them flavorful. Because a lot of people don't like healthy foods because they're not flavorful. Like they're just, like you said, it tastes like cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
So how can we get our food to taste like really flavorful without salt and sugar?
There are a lot of A lot of people talk about Mrs. Dash and things. There are a lot of good seasonings out there without any salt. There's a lady I cook for, and she has high blood pressure. But if you find good seasonings, or even mix like garlic powder and thyme, onion pepper, you could add a few things to it that gives it great flavor where you don't really need salt. It's an option if you season the food, the way that like you like for yourself. It's not hard.
Okay. So it's all in the seasoning.
I believe it is.
So it's the season and the way you prepare it.
I think so, but I think more than anything, it's what you use to cook it, how you cook it. I mean, the seasons you use, because you could bake some fish, but if it's not seasoned good, it's still not good. You still got to
That's
find some type of season. You be throwing hot sauce and different things, trying to get the food to taste good because it wasn't seasoned properly.
well, if you throw hot sauce on, that's gonna make the healthy unhealthy because you
Yeah.
have all that you have all the salt and vinegar and sodium. So now, because you said you cook for this lady, how did you come to start cooking for other people?
When I first had to start eating healthy and all of that, I would post my food. I didn't post it thinking people would respond, but I just wanted people to see that if the food is healthy, if it's vegetables, that it looks good because we eat with our eyes first. So I would just post different pictures of what I was cooking, and people began to ask. And they began to ask. One day I said, you know what? And I went to go get a corned beef from mama. And on my way back home, after talking to somebody, I decided to start a business.
What kind of conversation was it?
Well, she was talking about how I'm good at cooking, the food looks good. Go ahead and try it. See how it works, even if you just sell some dinners and see how it
So,
goes. And I did it, and it became reality when I had to make menus. And or people say, so what are you cooking? What are you doing? And I'm like, oh God. And so it became bigger than me because I had to uh, put a lot of stuff to play that I hadn't thought about. But I don't
so
regret it.
it's good, good. So, so you turned into a business, and now how long have you had the business?
2 years.
2 years, okay. And you've been cooking for five, because it's 2015, 5 years, or
Hmm.
how long have you been cooking the healthy lifestyle?
Oh, about 3.
Okay.
Because my last hospital visit was like 16. So I probably started like that next year trying to do different things. I was looking up vegetables, just trying to find things to cook.
So now has the food changed? Like you said, your client, she has hypertension. Has her hypertension settled or come down
I
any?
don't know. I've only cooked like a few times, but I know that she, along with her coworkers, they all enjoyed the food, even without it having any salt on it.
Good. So now how about your health? Has your health improved because of your diet?
When I was sticking straight to my diet, yes, it did. My blood sugars were down, my weight was down, and I felt better. So I'm actually now back like cooking like I need to, my vegetables, spiraling my vegetables, and just cooking stuff that, is much better for me.
Okay. Oh, so you fell off the wagon.
I did.
'Cause now I love you for being honest, because a lot of people are not honest. They'll come on a show and say, "Yes, I've been doing this for 5 straight years, and it's worked wonders, and I've never once fallen off." And it's a goddamn lie. It's a lie, because we all fall off. Excuse me, we all fall off the wagon. But I
Absolutely.
like, but I like how you said that. I like how you said it. So now that you're back on the wagon, oh, well, yeah, now that you're back on the wagon, are you cooking more? Have you added anything new to your menus, or?
I'm cooking more. There are a few meals that I'm gonna add. I've kind of had a taste for like some artichokes. So I have to go and get the remainder of what I need. But I'm gonna make like some artichokes with some spinach and some chicken. It looks like a really good dish because I think you need variety. Sometimes we only know corn, asparagus, greens, cabbage, but then we got squash and we have different types of squash. So I think I want to add more so people can see that there are other dishes and other vegetables and still be good.
Okay. Now you said I'm gonna get to the comments and one after I ask you this.
Okay.
You said corn. Now is corn really healthy? Because I've always heard that it's
Not at all.
Okay.
Corn is nowhere near healthy. It's actually one of the starchiest vegetables, and it doesn't break down. Can I say that?
Yeah, it doesn't break down.
It doesn't break down.
Okay, so it's just once it goes in, it's just in there.
And when it leaves the same way when it.
Right. It don't. Yeah.
I'm trying to say it nicely. Sorry.
Right. So now, okay, Pam said fresh. It does. Fresh garlic helps a lot. Did you use fresh garlic? Yeah,
I do.
I hate cutting garlic. I
started buying the jars with the minced one.
The minced,
because I got tired of it. And sometimes when I cook for me, I may not always use fresh garlic, but then it gets old. So it's just better when you buy it and it's already cut up. It stays fresh and hydrated, and I can use it when I want to. Yes, and it saves a lot of time.
Now, Twilight Shepherd asks, do you think purchasing frozen fish in a bag is considered healthy? She purchased some salmon individually wrapped in the bag, but it was a different taste versus the fresh salmon.
I don't particularly like to buy fish like that because some of it looks weird. And I agree, Lady Shepherd, because I bought some fish one time frozen, and it just had a different texture and look than it did when I bought it fresh. So I just stick to fresh.
Okay.
So or buy it at a different place. The Sam's frozen salmon is not bad.
Okay. But now she's talking about, the bags, how it'll be like 5 to 10 pieces in there.
Yeah. They don't always be all right.
Okay. Because she said it had a different taste versus the fresh, which I imagine it would. Yeah. Now in your salmon, do you eat and all your fishes, do you eat farm raised or wild caught?
Farm raised.
Why do you do farm raised?
I think it's the one that was most affordable at the time.
But I say I love your honesty. But I asked that because we're talking health, and that's what the people say, the powers that be or whoever say that wild caught is more healthier than farm raised.
And it might be.
But see, this is where you get confused because now back a while ago they were saying that farm raised was the healthiest. Just like when back in the 90s, they was telling us to eat margarine. They drill it down our throat. Don't eat butter.
Don't eat butter.
Eat margarine. Now all of a sudden, don't eat margarine. Yeah,
right.
Butter.
Right. Butter is the way.
Right. So I'm saying, what's really healthy, and I think that's what we really need to get to. What is really healthy?
I think you stick with vegetables. And use some meat because they're neither one are carbs. I don't know anything about calories, so I can't tell you how many you should or shouldn't have. But being a diabetic, I know we have to cut down on a lot of carbs, which is why I eat a lot of vegetables. I try to eat a lot of vegetables now, and I drink water. I try not to drink pop. I'm not gonna say I don't have a Pepsi every now and then, but every now and then I just mostly try to drink water and a lot of vegetables because there's less sugar that you're putting into your body. And so I just try to low carb it as much as possible.
Yeah, the water. Do you drink just straight water or do you add like Crystal Light or something to it?
I haven't done it in a while, but I will add Crystal Light to it.
It tastes better.
The grape one is delicious.
Now, LaShonda says China fish farms are not good. Do not fish from China because they feed them antibiotics. Okay, so she said they feed the fish from China antibiotics. Is there like a label or something that tells you that where the fish come from?
I don't know. I don't usually buy that. I usually buy my fish fresh. So there are no labels.
Right. So LaShonda, so you said the fish from China. Do you ask the people behind the counter where they come from, or is that in the bag, as Swada was saying? I'm just asking. I didn't. Hey.
I was drinking water. I was trying to see where you was going.
No, I was just asking.
Yeah.
But now, okay, so now you're saying what all you do. Now, even when you fell off, did you keep your clients on track? You talk to them, like, make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't like fall all the way off. Like I was eating everything bad. But I ain't gonna say I didn't have a bag of chips. I don't eat chips a lot. But sometimes I'm on steroids, and everything look good when you on steroids.
Okay.
Steroids have their own mind, so it would make me eat more.
Now, okay, you said chips. Now there is a healthier. I posted it on Instagram. It's a healthier snack: salmon skins. Speaking of salmon skins. They're it's by a place called Good Fish, and I order them from goodfish.com because I've never seen them in the store.
Okay.
But they're 8 grams of protein. There's no carbs, no sugar.
I might have to check them out.
But they're good. Now I like the flavor. I like is sea salt. They have 4 flavors: the sea salt, tart cranberry, spicy barbecue, and chili lime. But I like the sea salt personally.
I would probably like those too.
Yeah. So if you give snack now, do you ever do like lunches for kids or functions? Because you do like that would be a good if you did that would be a good snack. Put in
that would,
like because you do all healthy functions.
Yeah, I just do functions. It's not necessary. Me personally, that's what I cook. But if someone wanted me to barbecue, which I love to do, I wouldn't have a problem with it. In the beginning, I used to sell like grilled wing dinners because I don't fry, so I would sell dinners with like wings and 2 sides. So it's not a bad idea. You just got to be careful. Make sure you not eating the wrong stuff.
Okay. She excuse me. Twyla Shepherd asks, do you take supplements as well?
Since the virus, I do a lot of vitamins. I do vitamin C. I do vitamin D, but that's per my doctor. I do elderberries. I do probiotics, and I've done oils, black seed oil pills.
Oh, you do the pills. Okay.
Yeah.
So that keeps your immune system up.
So far, yeah. It's actually been pretty good. Usually by now I would have had to be on steroids because the asthma would be really out of whack. And I've been fine. I've had to use treatments, but I've been good. So I believe the vitamins have really helped.
Oh, that's good. So now, with asthma, is there a special diet that can help out with that as well?
I looked it up a while back. I'm pretty. It's pretty controlled for the most part. I don't do so well sometimes when the weather changes from season to season. So I've never really looked fully. I looked a little. I've just kind of toyed with it about a diet. The most I've looked for is a diet for fibromyalgia. I've looked for a diet for that. But I still am not kind of settled all the way. So I just try to do a lot of fruits and vegetables, or vegetables and meats or something like that. A lot of fish mostly.
So now with you, so if a client comes to you and say, well, I have this ailment, that ailment, can they come to you with this ailment and that ailment, and then you find a diet for them, or you consult
I can look at if it's like a condition. I don't know if their diet's because the middle of your arm hurts. But if you had a condition, like my friend had she had to do a renal diet, and I was starting to look up stuff for her because she couldn't eat a lot of sodium. She can only have a certain amount of liquids. She had to measure all of the sodium she intook. And so if it's a condition, I think most likely there's a way to find out what kind of diet you should do.
Well, that sounds like the gout. I mean, with sodium, and you know what I'm saying? Because you have to watch it so you can't eat no meat, you can't eat no salt.
Well, their kidneys was shutting down. So they put them on. Well, God done it. She was on dialysis and she off. And so, but she still tries to stick to that diet to make sure she stays as healthy as possible and her kidneys stay active.
Okay. Now, LaShonda answered the question. She said, when I asked do you? When I asked her, does she ask the people behind the counter, where the fish come from? She said, yes, you can ask. And also, if you buy fish in the bag, it's on the label.
Oh, okay.
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 So, but
Cool.
those fish from China, they give them antibiotics. Well, considering what they do here, is that any worse?
We don't know, do we?
Because I mean, the food, how they do food here. Like I've watched a few specials like on Netflix, and I'm like, because I had one thing I had watched. I can't think of the name of that, but it had me going vegan for a hot second.
I don't watch them shows.
But yeah, now okay, she couldn't cure her headache, so eating healthy has some amazing things to remain healthy. Yeah. She was saying Tabitha Brown. Now, do you follow her?
Yes.
Vegan?
Yes.
Okay. With clean eating for the past couple of years, were you weaned off of your diabetes med? Oh, that's a good question. Have you come off your meds?
I didn't come off my meds when I first started. But when I started changing better, because what happened, my asthma had flared up, so I was on steroids. And so everything was off. And when I started back eating like I needed to, then everything else leveled back down. So I know that food does play a whole part in your health. It could definitely, once my goal is to get my blood sugars down enough that I come off insulin, period. And I know that's what diet. Even if you don't exercise, I know that's what diet.
Okay. So now, what? Because you say if you have ailments, because different ailments that plague our community, I know is hypertension. Another big one that I've seen a few friends of mine have is lupus. Now, is there anything a special diet for lupus?
If there is, I don't know it actually. I was diagnosed with lupus in 2010. But the reason I don't know it is because it kind of feels like it was just sick. It not that my doctor lied, but I don't have any symptoms. Like I've never been to the hospital. I've never had an episode. I've never had any issues. And when I went to the doctor the last, my doctor said that lupus wasn't even active because they did a biopsy on my kidneys. Not fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not fun. And it's never done anything. You know, a doctor say, why are you in pain? Like, is it the lupus? Is it the fibromyalgia? I'm like, they don't give an email. Don't know pain tell you where it's coming from. You know, so but from the things I've heard about lupus, I've never had any issues.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. So now, like I said, with different ailments and stuff, because Dr. Sebi has always said when he was alive, that it's all in the food, and certain foods, have mucus in it, and that's what holds our sickness in. Do you ever follow his teachings or follow anything?
I have not. I think I just my friend was just talking to me about him a couple of days ago, and she's becoming an alkaline vegan. And some of the stuff that she was discussing and in the because it's actual cookbook, it sounds pretty good. I'm not a big mushroom person, but she said she made like some mushroom burgers, and all of her children like them. So I may be willing to. I'm not opposed to vegan food. I would get vegan for 30 days, but I just that's just what I do.
Okay, now because you said she's an alkaline vegan, is there a difference between alkaline vegan and just a regular vegan?
It is, but I don't know exactly what it all is because she had just told me, and I hadn't got a chance to fully look it up. But I think there's some type of foods that they eat differently, but I'm not quite sure the total difference between the two because I had just heard of it like a couple of days ago.
Because I thought I just thought all veganism was being alkaline because you're putting, you're eating clean and that it raises your pH balances and everything. So I thought it all. I didn't know they were separate.
Me either, but that's what she said she was getting ready to do. And I was like, okay. So some of the stuff I've seen in the cookbook, I would be interested in trying.
Okay. Because now you put me up on a book. People, 1 second. You put me up on this. And I got it the other day, actually.
Did you order the book? Silver book? Yes.
The Science of Cooking. This is really a good book. So if any of you that are out there watching and you want to get in some good things about cooking your food differently, this is a book. It's
especially if you've not even been to school.
Yeah, The Science of Cooking. We're gonna talk about that in a bit. The Science of Cooking. This book is good. It'll step your cooking game up.
Absolutely.
Well, first you have to learn how to cook. But yeah, it's gonna step your game up. So now, Ramona Jackson asks, "Do you exercise?"
When
I do
can.
sometimes. Oh, yeah.
When I've been in a lot of pain lately, which prevents me from working out. My doctor she suggested I get active, but I'm like, if I'm in pain, ma'am, I can't be working out and exercising and doing all that. But when I'm okay, I do. I'll get on a bike. We have a bike, or go walking. I do walking, exercises, the videos. I'll do things like that where you don't even have to leave the house if you don't desire to.
Okay. Now, Tashana Thompson says cinnamon is good for diabetes. I've never heard
It
that.
is. I was taking the pills at one point. I usually put cinnamon in my oatmeal.
Now, well, you're probably going to chastise me. I put cinnamon in my oatmeal too, along with brown sugar. And so which means that's not the way to go.
No, it's not.
Oh, so just oatmeal and cinnamon.
Cinnamon is good. I knew it was good for your blood sugars, but I just like it in my oatmeal. You look concerned.
Yeah, because you didn't mention butter.
Oh, because we didn't talk about butter.
Okay, well,
I use butter, but I also like Country Crock's vegan butter. That is very good, and you don't know that it's vegan.
Okay. Now, is it good? Is it now? Okay, because Country Crock is like not butter. It's usually their spreads. So are those the same as margarine?
You know what? It says, if I'm not mistaken, it calls it butter. And you can get sticks or you can get the little containers. And it's really good.
Okay. Now, Letice Wallace says, she said there is a diet for people with lupus. My aunt eats certain way because she has it. Okay. Well, Letice, can you tell us is there anything like specifically that she's like specific vegetables, or is there what does she not eat? Now, what can she not eat? And I'm asking because, like I said, I have several friends with lupus, so I would love for them, and they're watching, so for them to, in case they don't know, but like Crystal did, you didn't know there's an exact diet. But okay, back to the butter. So you use butter, but you use it sparingly, or you use it? How do you use it? Okay.
I use it sparingly. I usually use olive oil. Since I had those surgeries, I had become where I couldn't do a lot of greasy things. So I couldn't use oil and butter. And if I did use like olive oil, I could only use a little.
Okay.
Because anything else, it would make me sick. So I just mostly still use olive oil. Sometimes I even use the spray. But I just did, I tried the vegan butter because my church was on consecration. And I couldn't have regular butter. And I'm like, I need something to cook with. So I was trying to figure something out. And to my surprise, it was very good. And then some people from my church began to use it as well.
Okay, now I use olive oil sprays. Do you ever use the sprays?
Yeah, I use them.
Okay. Leticia said, nothing pork or with pork derivative. I can't pronounce derivative.
She eats kosher. Oh, okay.
She's kosher. Okay, so nothing pork. Well, I've been telling y'all for years, get rid of the swine. Y'all won't listen.
I can't have one rib tip.
Well, you shouldn't.
One rib.
Listen to Leticia. Now, I've been telling y'all for years, Let the swine go. Leave Porky Pig alone.
But Porky is my friend.
No, he's not.
Yes.
You know why he's not? Because it's not healthy. And the reason I gave up pork is because every time I go to the doctor, what's in your diet? That's the first thing they ask you. What's in your diet? Well, years ago, I used to always get a large rib tip. That's what was wrong with me.
A large tip.
A large tip. Right.
57?
And the doctor said it. Well, he said, well, that's why you're over 400 pounds. I'm like, yeah. Yeah. And I was just as happy and fat. Yeah.
Like you got it, sir.
Right. And then you said pork free. Okay, Ramona Jackson James, pork free for 28 years. Yes. Woo! Do it, Mona. Do it.
Oh, Mona.
Gone. 28 years pork free. That's good. Now I haven't had pork since January 11th, 2002.
You better know it. I haven't had pork since yesterday. Or this morning, excuse me.
So what you eat? Pork? You eat some bacon?
I had some bacon. I eat my oatmeal probably every single day. But I just decided to make some bacon and eggs.
Listen, Black people act like they just can't give up bacon. So I always tell them, you can try chicken bacon or duck bacon.
Chicken bacon?
Mm-hmm.
That's real?
Now I have it. Yes. You get chicken bacon or meat. I like because I don't like turkey bacon. But chicken bacon or duck bacon is bacon.
I've heard duck bacon was good.
It is. Oh, you're in Chicago. So if you don't, I don't know where you would go to buy it. Now here I buy it from a place called Jungle Gyms. But in Chicago, you can go to a spot called Peaches on 47th Bronzeville. They serve it. It's on their menu.
Their food is delicious.
Baby.
But they charge $1.50 for a can of pop though.
Oh, do they? Well, we're not drinking pop. We're drinking water.
Well, at the time I was. And that was wrong. But yeah, I'm drinking water now.
Right, we're drinking water. And when I duck bacon, we getting rid of the pig bacon.
I didn't say all that, but I'll try it.
Oh. Now Pam said, I love a good pork chop sometimes, but I don't eat much meat. Mostly bird or fish.
I eat mostly bird and fish too, Pam. I love fish and shrimp.
Okay. But now shrimp is as you said, bottom feeder. That's why people don't eat catfish. I don't know. Well, now I'm not finna lie to the people. Catfish is my favorite fish. Now I have some mahi, however you say it, in the freezer.
I like that.
I have that in the freezer. Now, okay, good. I have you. Tell me how to cook it.
I ordered mine from one of my friends. I don't know. I think he grills it.
Ma'am? Okay.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Because at the time, my friend, he has a business and I wanted to try it and I wasn't finding it in the stores. So he lives in the suburbs. I was like, do you cook this? Is this on your menu? And so he made it. I believe he grilled it. Either grilled it or sauteed it.
Okay.
It was one of those, but it was delicious.
Okay. So now what now is that on your menu?
No, it's on his.
Okay.
I probably will, but I have to first be able to find it. I don't know where to find that fish. I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Now, Lily Benford says, watch the intake of cinnamon if you're diabetic. It can lower your blood sugar too much.
Okay.
So you are people, you diabeticals, y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Watch the intake of cinnamon. Like I said, I combine mine with brown sugar.
Did nobody ask you about your oatmeal? And nobody asked you about your oatmeal and your brown sugar.
That's what I do. That's when I do cinnamon. He says, never heard of chicken bacon. Okay. It's now when I first had chicken bacon, I lived in Chicago. They used to sell it at Jewel and Mariano's. But I couldn't find it in LA. Now I found it here once again at Jungle Gyms, or you can go to a butcher. This is a butcher shop on Philly Market. If you're in Cincinnati, Ohio, go to Philly Market. That's good. They'll have it there. If they don't have it there, then go to Jungle Gyms.
But Mariano's may have it. They usually have things that most stores don't have.
Right.
So
That's where
I
I
can
found
try
it.
there.
Yeah. I found it there. Mariano's, and like I said, Jewel, you said I don't know if it is. Try Whole Foods.
It's probably a
Whole
$50
Foods.
at Jules.
Well, she said, Leticia Wallace said, try Whole Foods. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I can see that.
Me too. Spend your whole paycheck. Let's see. Pam said, try Flounder. It's great. Somebody else
Okay.
told me about Flounder. Somebody else told me about Flounder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. I haven't had it, but somebody told me about it. I'll try it. I will give it a try. So now what type of things can I order from your menu?
You can order just about any vegetable.
Okay.
I love to cook greens. I love to barbecue. Most of my meals have mostly vegetables and mostly like chicken or fish or shrimp.
Okay.
I have a menu, but then I can make up menus, like where you have a protein and two vegetables, because most of my meals have a protein and two sides.
Okay. Because you was talking about vegetables, which I do. I love vegetables, but sometimes I need something with parents. That's just. I'm just saying. Sometimes I do. But I love vegetables. Now, do you also ship, or do you just do local?
I haven't. I'm trying to do shipping.
Okay.
The last time I checked, it was extremely expensive. And I'm not sure if it's because of the coronavirus or if it's expensive in general. But because someone wants to order from me out of state, but I'm trying not to have the shipping cost more than the food.
Right.
And
So now, okay, bringing that up. Now, did Corona affect your business any? Like because it did me,
it
my
did
caterer.
some, cause especially I was cooking for someone who was on some type of workout plan, and they had to have certain things. And Lady Shepherd, I did buy a bag of tilapia though, from Walmart, because it was kind of difficult to get. She could only eat certain fish. Only no, that's wrong. She only eats. She doesn't eat any meat, so she only ate fish. And because of this diet program, there was only certain fish that she could eat, and it was more economic to buy the bags of tilapia than to go and try to buy 5 and 6 and 7 pounds of tilapia.
Okay. Now, Pam said, I eat real bacon or do without. Well, chicken bacon is real bacon, and so is duck bacon.
Pam said it ain't pork.
We're not doing that. So, well, that's good though. So COVID didn't really affect you with
Just
a
a
whole
little,
lot.
but yeah, not a whole lot, because the lady that I was cooking for that was on a program, she was doing 6 week intervals. So I would cook for 5 days. No, I cooked for 7 days for her. 7 days where I take 2 or 3 days, and I cooked for 7 days. And at one point I was doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then it just went to lunch and dinner. And she did it 2 or 3 times like that. So even though I may not have been cooking for a whole lot of people, I was definitely cooking for her.
Okay. Now, because you we had said about making stuff flavorful. Can you give us anything besides? I know you said garlic and something you said garlic powder. But can you give us anything specifically without giving away your secrets?
So there's a seasoning that I use that's initially for chicken.
Okay.
But I'll put it on my ribs. I'll put it on also for chicken, and it's not high in sodium, but it's delicious. And you could just spray it a little. A lot of times we want to smother it. You don't have to smother it, because if like this seasoning, I could just kind of season the wing and turn it over, and it goes all through it. So that's an absolute idea. You can take a season that might be for steak, and you can use it on your chicken. Especially if it's a good brand like McCormick or something like that. I believe their seasons, because I do it, are interchangeable. You just have to try it small. before you try to cook a whole pan or something.
Now, have you tried to make your own seasonings?
Yes, I was trying to make some seasonings and things started getting crazy, so I haven't went back. But that is actually one of the things I plan to do when I get some stuff off my plate. I want to get back into making my own seasonings.
And then I was saying, because since this is what you do, like
Mm-hmm.
you can have crystals, because you have the name of your business is Crystal. What is it?
Crystal's Cuisine.
Yes, with a K.
Correct.
Well, we'll get to that at the end. But I was saying you also do crystal seasonings.
Right. True. True.
So,
I was working on that. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm okay. I'm in your business.
That's all right. I'm used to it.
Oh God. So now you back to cooking. You back to cooking on a regular now.
I'm cooking for me on a regular. People aren't really ordering as much, but I had kind of stopped really cooking for myself. So now I'm back mostly cooking for me.
So maybe now people cook. I mean cook. I'm sorry. Maybe now they'll call you to come in
absolutely.
after this. Okay. Now is there now how do they go about ordering? Do you do it online? Call you?
Usually I suggest that they call, or they can email me. And then I'll get back in touch with them and we go from there. Because usually if you call me, then I have questions that I ask, when you want to do it, things like that. And then we move forward. If they email me, then I'll ask for a number, or we could correspond back and forth for a while via email. But eventually we do have to talk to just get clarity, because sometimes you can lose information and all of that other stuff. It's easy to talk on the phone.
Now, do you have if a client has a certain ailment or something, do they have to fill out a questionnaire, or you just do that in your intake?
I just do it in the intake. I double check with them about their health or different things like that. But a lot of times when people have high blood pressure or they have a particular way to eat, they'll say it, just so we all know what's what, because nobody wants to be sick.
Okay. True. So now, are you, excuse me, now, before we get out of here, give us your social media handles so people can know how to get in touch with you.
Facebook is Crystal's Cuisine, and Instagram is Crystal_J45.
Now, can you spell your business name?
My business name is KRYSTAL_S So that's Crystal's Cuisine. I'm on Facebook, and then I'm on Instagram as well.
Okay. So they hit you up there for orders, or you just give them your number and everything there?
Right. If they hit me up, then I'll give out my phone number so we can further talk.
Right. And if you tuned in late, she's located in Chicago, Illinois. So if you're in Chicago, you're looking for a healthy meal, you don't want to cook or you can't cook, call Chef Crystal, and she will cook it up for you.
Absolutely.
Ramona said a turkey burger is good if cooked properly.
That's true.
It is.
I really like turkey burgers.
But not just cooked properly, if it's seasoned properly, because you really have to season ground turkey. Yeah, you really have to season ground turkey.
Yeah.
Okay, Pam said I have to watch my salt because my blood pressure is high. Yeah, I use a lot of fresh herbs and garlic or missing dash. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I had to. Absolutely. When I had high blood pressure, I had to do all that. Yeah. Well, my blood pressure lowered significantly. Change the diet and change. Period.
Yeah, right, yeah. You definitely you look a lot different.
I look different?
Yeah. You're much smaller. You're smaller.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I had got all the way up to 492 pounds, but that's another Candid Conversation show. We'll talk about that.
Oh my,
okay. Right. But Crystal, Chef Crystal, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wait, no, before I go, because you came in. Where were you coming from before you came here?
School. I have a class that I take with my church.
Oh, okay. That was not the school I was talking about. But
you're talking about that. That's what I'm still studying to take my final. I'm taking a course to become a personal chef.
Yes. So that way, right, get that coin, the high coin. So you all better get it now while her prices are reasonable. Because after she gets this, you'll be paying a significant amount.
Well, thank you for my commercial.
But it'll be worth it. Pam said, I'm hooked on popcorn. She hooked on popcorn. Is popcorn a healthy snack? No. Well, Pam, let me ask this: do you pop it yourself, or are you buying it in the store in a bag? Because I love popcorn too, but I love to pop it on the stove.
Well, I haven't done that in years.
Well, popping popcorn stuff, I do it. I love it.
How about that skinny pop?
Okay.
It's not real salty.
I mean, it's okay. But I prefer just to do stuff myself.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's, I do. But then again, mine probably is not the healthiest because I load it with butter.
It's not
See, Letice said air popping is the best way. Is Letice, are you putting butter on it as well, like me? Or are you just eating it just air pop? I did try. I tried to do air. I tried to do pop, just the popcorn without butter. Skinny pop.
Yes, okay. It is, Tashana. Yes, it is.
Sure. Oh, Letice does butter. Okay, well, you all right with me, Letice? Home style pop secret. Okay, I'll try that. Ramona, I'll try that.
Oh, I've never tried them. Okay.
Me neither. But anyway, thank you, Crystal Wilborn, for being Chef Crystal, for being here.
Thank you. I had a good time.
That's good.
Yes.
So you gave us some valuable information. You let us know that we can cook, or you can cook for us, and it'll be flavorful and healthy.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Absolutely.
But when you cook for me, remember, I just need some with parents, preferably chicken. Yeah. That's just me personally. But I want to thank you for being here. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. Please come back on next week. When next week my guest will be Nicole Vick. His YouTube, his social media name is You Better Go Fat Boy, and I have a sister. Her name's Stella. So next week's show will be about body positivity and fat shaming. You don't want to miss it. And I had Chef Chris on today, so I was really good. But y'all know next week I'm going to cut up. So, with that being said, good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend and have a blessed week. I love you all. Peace out. Thank you.